What is up, my fellow Chibits? Hopefully all of you are having a very good day today, and hopefully all of you managed to eat something before you watch an episode, or you ate something while watching the episode, because like I always say, you don't want to watch an episode of Food Wars without eating something, because it will definitely make you hungry. So, anyways, let's talk about the latest episode. Soma is not looking too good right now. The man is getting destroyed by Kuga, which makes a lot of sense, because Kuga is a part of the Elite 10. He's a skilled chef, he has a lot of backing, political pull in terms of the academy, just a lot of stuff. The man has a very big long list, a big track record which Soma at this point really cannot compete with. He's an underdog. He's like a little family restaurant trying to compete with a big mega, restaurant food chain. That's basically what this is right now. That's what's going on in this arc. And so obviously the cards are stacked against Soma. It's not even a money problem. It's just the fact he's understaffed compared to, Kuga. He doesn't have the ability to advertise as much as Kuga. And you just have all these certain little things that are all adding up that actually work against Soma. So when you see these different things, obviously, he's not going to be doing too well in terms of competition. If he's trying to just do a straight-up, boxing match with this man in terms of just making food, obviously, it's not going to end too well. However, I do like what Soma tries to do, and it really makes me respect his character and just love this series even more, because it actually dives into some aspects of how business really is conducted in society. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about the reason why Soma kind of got wrecked on the first day. Soma was just sitting there at his food stall, giving out, buns and stuff. The, peppered pork buns. Yeah, that's the name of it. Peppered pork buns. He was giving out the peppered pork buns, and people weren't really coming. There was not a lot of people coming around trying to get food from him. And basically, Kuga, walks up and kind of gives him a piece of advice. Accidentally gives him advice. He's like, Soma, you need to realize that this isn't a Shokugeki. Judges are not going to be coming to you. Judges are not going to be eating your food. And basically what this meant is, in a Shokugeki, as we know, you have two people, they compete and all that, and basically they display the best thing they can make, whatever style they're making or whatever, and then they give it to the judge. The judges eat it, and then they determine who made the best food, and then that person wins. So, when you look at this, it always has it where both individuals' food will always be tasted. There will never be someone left out. Even if it's a very bad, dish, the judges will still eat it, because they have to eat it since it's a Shokugeki. That's just their motto. That's what they have to do. But in this case, though, since this is actually being displayed as a business doesn't work like that. The business world never works like that. In this case, you can't expect people to just come to you. You can't expect people, when you're someone new to the street and all that, trying to sell stuff, to come straight to you. You're going to have to give things out. You're going to have to go to them. And that's why there's a lot of salesmen, actually. Why you have people going house to house to try to sell stuff to people. That's actually one of the big reasons. I mean, there's other reasons as well, but that is one of the reasons. Sometimes if you need to sell something and get the information of it out there, it's best sometimes you have to go out and deliver it to someone instead of them coming to you. And that is what Soma realized. He cannot expect people to come to his shop if he can't at the very least make the effort to bring people to his shop. He has to kind of go pick them up and then drive them to his shop. That's basically what he's doing right now. And it's very smart. It's a very smart move, and he's advertising in a way that helps him out in the upcoming days for, the festival. And basically, let me explain what he's doing. You know how, in Walmart, Walmart's a perfect example, or, Food Line or anything, depending on what type of grocery store you go to, when you go into a grocery store and you see, one of the workers, they have, a food, little bar or whatever, you can grab a little sample of some food, try it out, and see if you like it. Basically, that's what Soma's doing. He's putting samples out there for individuals to where they could, test it out. If they like it, then they'll obviously want more. Because he's not giving them a whole lot, he's giving them, one thing, and he's not giving them, 5 to 10 things. He's just giving them one little portion of it, they get to test it out, and then when the next day comes around, if news spreads, they could go to their family or something hey, I really like that. They gave out some free food. It was really good. We need to try this when it's really fresh. I mean, imagine this. It was this good while it was old, and at the end of the day, just imagine how it's going to taste at the beginning of the day. So that's basically the point here. He's trying to use the business aspect of word of mouth, which word of mouth is probably the best way to spread anything. It's kind of like how the internet is. When something happens, something crazy happens, it spreads like a wildfire on the internet. Usually when something's uploaded and a video starts to gain a little bit of popularity, it spreads. It's all over the internet and everybody is talking about it. It's like how memes are. For instance, the Rick and Morty meme. Yeah, yes, I even thought about that meme when I was watching this episode. When I saw Alice, you know, all that, just making the food, and she's trying to figure out what she wants to make and stuff. She's talking about components and stuff and science of it. I'm like, this is Rick and Morty. This is straight up Rick and Morty. And I couldn't help but think about that meme video with that dude on the counter just screaming Rick. I was like, oh, please. Just please. Like, please, Food Wars. I don't want to be thinking of that, like that video. But jokes aside, though, it's kind of like that. What Soma is doing, he is spreading things through word of mouth, which in turn is a very powerful tool. It's probably the best way to spread anything and to get more people to come and check out your business. It's kind of like this. It's a game, or an anime. Actually, let's take an anime for an example, okay? Anime is really good, but it's not well known, okay? It's not well known, and then you like this series, since no one knows, you decide to recommend it to a friend. You're like, hey, check out this series. Like, check out the series. It's really good. But that friend really likes it, and then, you know, he goes to his friend. He's like, hey, check this out. Check this out. And it's like a chain reaction. People are just passing it on, and then the series has a big boom. It's a big boom, and it just becomes very popular. That's what Soma's doing. So I do like the approach. I like the business approach of Soma, and it made for a very thrilling episode, and it's fascinating to see how he's understanding the business aspect of what he needs to do when he's running a restaurant and being a chef, because it's not just always about cooking. Being a chef isn't just about cooking. It's how to manage your business. It's how to manage your staff. It's how to interact with the customers. There's just so much there. It's not just about the food. And I love these recent arcs of Food Wars, of how it's focusing on different things besides just the food. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the food. I love the cooking. It's the best appealing part about the series. But a big thing about it is, if they're trying to become a chef, they need to learn these other skills as well. So anyways, getting off of that, I did not know how much I needed Sada and Yukihira Soma to actually meet up. I did not know how much I needed that until I saw that in this episode. And FYI, if you don't know who Sada is, the one that looks like Susie from Little Witch Academia, basically the one that loves her, like, smelly food. I did not realize seeing these two characters meet up like that would be just so amazing. It was just so amazing, because Soma, he's known for making some very grotesque and disgusting inventions, like the peanut butter, like, octopus or whatever. Oh, that's vile. And then she has, like, the stinkiest food, and I actually have had to come in close contact and had it squirted on my face, that smelly canned food, like surströmming or whatever it's called, how you pronounce that. I have a video on it, and that was nasty. And so I know for a fact when she started talking about that, I'm like, she's saying that's good? Like, I couldn't. Like, when that squirted all over my face, even on my floor, I couldn't get that smell out of my room for like a week and a half. It was so bad. It was so bad. And I was like, no! Like, I just having like some flashbacks to this. I'm like, no, it's so nasty! But, like, she has very smelly stuff. Soma has creepy inventions. And just seeing these two meet up, it was just very funny, because they have some form of chemistry with each other. They really do. They have this weird chemistry, and I would really love to see them work together to make something. I would wonder what they could possibly make if they were to work together. Probably one of the most smelliest and grotesque abominations that anyone could probably ever think of would be made by these two. And somehow it'd probably taste good. I don't know, but it might taste good. Anyways, let's talk about, I guess, what's going on with Alice on that end of the spectrum. So, Alice's group, they're not really doing too well either. They're actually doing just as bad as Soma is, and makes a lot of sense. They just don't have a lot of team synergy. They're not working together. They have their own roles and how they want to cook, and so they're not able to kind of share and figure out a plan for what they want to do, which in turn is hurting them overall to where they're not making sales, and they have the possibility of getting expelled. So it makes a lot of sense what's going on there, but it seems like Alice is finally ready to have some form of, like, an agreement and learning to work together and satisfy the customer. So I am liking their interactions. I really love Alice. She's one of my favorite characters in the series, and so I'm just glad to see more of her and how she's actually also getting, you know, more characterization / development as the series goes on. So that's about it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, how you felt about the latest episode of Food Wars. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Please be honest. And if you like my content, please subscribe. And if you like this video, please leave a like. I love you guys. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.